This was on another podcast, but you're mentioning how like sometimes, there's a product in front of you and you're like, you see the vision, you see the value, but others don't really, right? And it's like, how do you explain it in an easy way? So I guess like, what's your kind of philosophy on spotting these trends, spotting these products, being able to see the value before others can, even, possibly even with charm?
Oh man, I've thought about this, and I don't know how to exactly pinpoint it. I think it has to do with paying attention, and as simple as that. What I mean by it is reading a lot, staying up with people who you think are smart and in that same type of industry as you are, consuming their content, having a growth mindset, and thinking that things are possible. You kind of have to be an optimist, like a rational optimist, to be an entrepreneur. And so I absolutely fall into that bucket. So I get excited about ideas. And so I think therefore they get to have more time in my head versus someone who maybe is a pessimist and, would shoot things down quickly. So I think because of that, I'm able to explore more and see more possibilities and maybe look at different routes that things can go. And Fudo is an example of, I was at a company called Ritual a few years ago, pre-pandemic. That was a mobile app for restaurants and coffee shops. But really the whole vision wasn't just that, it was digitizing local commerce. And, now at Charm, I think a lot of it has to do with what Charm could be in the future. What Charm is today is a database of every direct-to-consumer e-commerce brand in the world. And why that's interesting is because it's easier than ever for someone to sell a physical product online. That's why we've seen this proliferation of Shopify and BigCommerce and whatnot. All the tools are there for you to do so. And so because of that, there's now millions of websites selling physical products. And, Amazon's very convenient, but if you really want kind of a craft product, and there's this whole other ecosystem that's, with that, there's a whole ecosystem of SaaS platforms that want to sell them their product to help them operate or grow. There's investment companies that want to, put money into these DTC websites. There's agencies that want to help them grow their website. And so we built basically the database of everything from DTC, and we've also given them ranks in terms of how fast they're growing and just overall performance metrics. So people buy that data as a sales prospecting tool. That in itself, I think, is interesting enough. You could build a really good business on data, and we are, and things are going well. But we could also build a brand product, which we haven't done yet. I think data is going to be the next key thing for a website operator, a DTC brand operator, to really zone in on and get better at, especially with the changes on Facebook happening and social, making it harder to advertise. You need to have better control of your data. And then second, from a consumer standpoint, there isn't yet a great way to discover products that isn't ads driven. So if you think about how you come across products today, it's either on Google, where you're clicking on the top link that is, someone has paid to be there, or you are getting served an ad based on some, browsing you've done on a social platform. So I think discovery is going to be one of the next big phases in e-commerce and just consumption in general. And we've also indexed 600 million products in Charm. So we built product search. And it's very early on, but what it could be is the makings of a relevancy-based consumer search where, you're not getting ads-driven content delivered back to you when you search for toothpaste or, whatever it is. And so from a discovery standpoint, there's it's moving towards craft products. Amazon's good for the basics, but you want that like really cool, I don't know, t-shirt or whatever it is. I think that Charm has the opportunity to play in that space in the future.
Welcome to The Cabin, a podcast where we interview diverse minds to learn about their paths to building skills and creative confidence. I'm Sid.
And I'm Ibra. Let's dive in.